You will not get away with trying to pull off having two families, you dirty, low-down dog.
And you said in the New York Times Magazine, I'm a very forgiving person, but there's one thing I could never be a part of, and that one thing happened.
Oh, wow.
And that was it.
Yeah. I am like screaming like a raving lunatic. This is the culmination of everything. Everything.
Wendy Williams has had enough. Lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits. Give the woman a break. Does she need any more drama in her life? Count with me. A cheating partner, a nasty divorce, having been forced to give up her TV show, a petty ex, her health battles, a son who just knows how to use her Amex, and now this.
I am like screaming like a raving lunatic. This is the culmination of everything. Everything.
Now here is what happened. USB, a prominent financial institution, has reportedly taken legal action against Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' cheating ex-husband, alleging that he failed to meet his financial obligations and defaulted on a significant loan. In the lawsuit, UBS said Kevin applied for a Visa signature card in 2014. The bank said Kevin breached the deal by failing to make the required payments. As of March 28, 2023, UBS said Kevin owed $20,176.83 plus attorney fees. Defendant has failed to make the minimum monthly payments by the payment due date, as required by the card member agreement, the suit read. UBS said it notified Kevin on January 23rd and March 1st, 2023 of his default. Despite UBS Bank's demand, defendant has failed and refuses to pay the outstanding account balance, the bank alleged. The suit demanded that Kevin pay the entire $20K owed plus additional costs.
He's being sued by his credit card company for owing over $20,000.
The lawsuit thrusted Kevin back into the public eye as headlines once again focused on his financial woes. It seems that the aftermath of his divorce from Wendy Williams continues to haunt him, with the consequences of his alleged financial mismanagement coming to the forefront. Now, some people might be thinking karma finally hit Kevin, but here's the thing. Kevin makes sure Wendy suffers with him. He is not over how Wendy destroyed his career in a millisecond. And boy, is he out for revenge. Let's give you an insight on the complete backstory. It all began with Wendy Williams, the vivacious and unfiltered talk show host who captivated audiences with her razor-sharp wit and unapologetic opinions. For years, Wendy and Kevin seemed to have the perfect marriage, a power couple behind the scenes building an empire together. But as we soon discovered, appearances can be deceiving. Whispers of Kevin's alleged infidelity began to circulate. The rumors grew louder, and it wasn't long before the cracks in their relationship started to show. Then the bombshell dropped. Reports surfaced revealing that Kevin had been involved in a long-term affair with a woman named Sharina Hudson. And if that wasn't enough to break their marriage apart, he even had a baby with his mistress, which seemed to be the breaking point for Wendy.
Fidelity.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You know, infidelity is one thing. A full baby is a whole nother topic.
The revelation shattered Wendy's world, forcing her to confront the painful truth she had been desperately trying to avoid. As the news exploded across headlines, Wendy Williams, known for her fearless persona, took a stand. She filed for divorce, determined to sever all ties with her unfaithful husband and reclaim her independence.
And you said in the New York Times Magazine, I'm a very forgiving person, but there's one thing I could never be a part of, and that one thing happened.
Oh, wow.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But the tale doesn't end there. The aftermath of their divorce was just as enthralling as the scandal itself. Wendy's personal life became the subject of intense scrutiny as she battled her own personal demons, including struggles with addiction and health issues.
What do you do when you find out your marriage is about to be all the way over? You open the wine.
As her addiction deepened, cracks began to show in her carefully curated public image. Her once razor-sharp commentary became slurred. Her once impeccable timing became erratic, and her once unbreakable confidence started to crumble. The addiction didn't just ravage Wendy's personal life, it seeped into her professional endeavors as well. On her talk show, her erratic behavior and unpredictable outbursts became a spectacle for viewers.
Right here, look.
Okay.
Please, no, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Hold up. I can't hold it higher. Huge diamonds.
The once beloved host became a subject of tabloid fodder, scrutinized for every stumble, every slurred word, and every missed beat. The addiction had become a co-star in her own show, overshadowing her talent and infecting every aspect of her on-screen persona. But being the queen that she is, she came out stronger, and she was back with a bang. Like they say, when a woman is out for revenge, even the devil sits back and watches. Wendy was out for blood, and the first thing she did was rob Kevin off his only source of income. As the former manager and executive producer of The Wendy Williams Show, Kevin had played a significant role in building the couple's empire. But he made a terrible mistake by messing with Wendy. As soon as he was terminated from his job as the producer of the show and assistant to Wendy, his finances declined miserably. According to the lawsuit, Hunter, whose role on the syndicated series began in 2007, received a notice from Debmar Mercury founder Ira Bernstein informing him that his firing was effective immediately. Hunter claimed his employment status changed days after Williams' 2019 divorce filing. The termination of plaintiff was based strictly upon plaintiff's marital status and his impending divorce to the show's host, ignoring all of the contributions that plaintiff made to make the show a success, the filing stated. As a result of defendants' aforesaid actions and the breach of their agreement with Hunter, the defendants have been unjustly enriched from plaintiff's executive producer contributions to the show, as well as enduring product integrations engagements plaintiff has brought to the show and that the show has retained. It seemed that the aftermath of their scandalous split had left Kevin swimming in a sea of debt. Rumors began to circulate that Kevin was facing a mountain of debt, potentially resulting from the financial settlements and legal fees incurred during the divorce process. Some reports suggested that Kevin's lavish lifestyle had contributed to his financial downfall.
Did Kelvin Hunter spend all the money that he supposedly received in his divorce settlement from Wendy Williams?
Extravagant purchases, luxurious vacations, and a lifestyle of excess seemed to have caught up with him. And if you thought he'd sit back and take his punishment like a good boy, well, you are going to be proved so horribly wrong in just a couple of seconds. Hunter had the audacity to sue Debmar Mercury for wrongfully terminating him from his longtime role as executive producer on The Wendy Williams Show. The complaint claimed he was fired on the basis of his marital status, which is barred by the New York City human rights law.
He's stating under the New York City human rights law that they wrongfully terminated him because of his situation with Wendy Williams.
The ex-husband even sued Wendy Williams, asking for more of his ex-wife's money. Guts.
He believes that he has suffered an economic loss, which will be determined by trial in the range of $7 to $10 million.
Hunter filed a lawsuit demanding Wendy continue paying alimony despite her being unemployed and not in 100% control of her hard-earned funds. Initially, Wendy was paying alimony in the start, which she even admitted many times.
I am paying alimony.
But things started looking bad for her after her addiction. She had to let go of her talk show. So technically, she was in no condition to continue paying the alimony since her revenue suffered terribly. This is why the judge found that Kevin's request was not emergent and ordered his application to be dismissed without prejudice. The judge also denied Kevin's request for attorney fees to be paid by Wendy. But Kevin was nowhere near done with making Wendy's life a living hell, even when fans had had enough of his audacity. Some enraged fans commented, Kevin needs to sell his assets, pay his bills, rent an apartment, get on the bus to some job interviews. Another added, it's crazy that after all these years, this man doesn't have another viable source of income, especially after how he treated Wendy. The ego, the entitlement, the narcissism, the audacity. You never win when you play dirty, shaking my head. Even if we put Hunter's efforts to put Wendy down aside, things still aren't looking good for the poor woman. Let me explain how. Like father, like son. Yes, Wendy and Hunter's son, Hunter Jr., chose to follow in his father's footsteps. He was accused of charging $100K on his mother's Amex, even though Hunter Jr. tried to clarify that he did charge the celebrity host credit card, but only when necessary for her personal expenses, such as her doctor's appointments and private planes to and from Florida and New York. I had to look for ways to transport her. If we had to get to an appointment up there in New York, we would have to book a private plane, he explained. If we had to make a certain appointment down here in Florida, we had to book it on the Amex. I have always used Amex, always, he said. Before everything that happened, ever since I was young, starting in the 6th grade, she always allowed me access to a credit card, whether it was for an emergency or because I wanted something. But isn't this too much of a coincidence that everyone close to Wendy is after her money? Now we just have to wait and see how Kevin plays with this brand new lawsuit thrown at him. Will he finally realize that he is in the wrong? Or will he drag down his ex-wife, from whom he still hadn't had a chance to extract his revenge from? And the most crucial of them all, will Wendy survive yet another blow? That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.